Hi everyone! This is the first time we're making a video like this, but I thought it would be a great idea to get together with my daughter who just finished her 7th grade year and ask her how it went, what were the hits and what were the misses, what were the highlights, what were the fails from the school year. And I really enjoy curriculum videos, and that is one of the reasons why I had started this YouTube channel. But these hits and misses videos are what I value even more because you are getting the real deal about how the school year went with all the choices that you make for the school year. So thank you so much, Ella, for being a good sport and being part of this video. So what do you feel how do you feel that the school year went overall, you think?
I learned a lot and I was able to follow a schedule better.
Yeah, so you feel that you were able to manage your time better? And why would you say that?
Because I did a lot of stuff on my own this year, so I was thinking like I would make like a schedule for myself in my head.
No, that's good. So you learn to be able to plan out your day and to have a schedule in your mind. That way there will be a good flow. And you did end up taking a lot of the subjects independently. You took them on independently. And some of those subjects were not done independently on purpose. In the beginning, they were actually family subjects, but they turned into independent subjects for Ella. And we'll talk about that more later in the video. But I'm really proud of her because she just took ownership and grew so much in figuring out how to manage her time. And I really noticed that in you. And to me, that's a big personal growth. Were there any other highlights in the year that you want to share about?
I started a YouTube channel and I felt like that also really helped me move on with my schedule because I would post like a video like once a week. So I had to make sure I edited it and filmed it before the deadline.
That's awesome. Yeah, that to me was really awesome because like you got really interested in video creation, content creation during the school year, and I think that was like what, 8 months ago or so. And she was really interested in how to create a video, and a lot of her channel has to do with crochet, and it's been a great learning experience, I felt like. Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy making videos now?
I mean, at first it was kind of hard to figure out what I was doing, but then now it's like really easy.
Yeah, that's great. I feel that in life, everything is like that, right? Where it's challenging in the beginning, but once you get that push to try it, it's not so hard anymore. So I'm so proud of you for, just coming out of your comfort zone to be able to tackle on something like that. And it's becoming so mature. So then what about anything that you find that might not have gone so well in the school year?
I mean, there wasn't anything that I can think of or anything at all.
Yeah, Ella's very optimistic and she's always looking on the bright side. So she doesn't feel that there was much to find as a negative. Oh yeah, don't forget, you did start an Etsy shop.
Oh yeah.
We forgot. Yeah. So what did you think of that process? Did you think
it was, well, first of all, I think it was really hard to figure out how to start it because it was very confusing. And there was like a lot of steps. Like it literally teaches you how, and there's so many steps that it's like, is it going to be like this for every time? But then once you learn how to do it, it's easier. And I'd say one of the hardest parts was probably taking pictures of my creations because I couldn't find like a good background that I like really liked sometimes because it's like really hard to find stuff like that. And also I like packaging it I don't know why that's weird.
She actually enjoyed the packaging part. I guess because it was so exciting that, oh, I got a cell, yay! And then I get to put it together, and this is the final step. I'm gonna send it off. Yeah. Yes. But there are a lot of steps involved in getting an item sent off through Etsy.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was a good experience, I think, even though we're not doing the shop anymore, right? Because it does take up a lot of time. Yeah. But yeah, that was another cool experience. So you had a lot of personal growth. I'm seeing that the year has been a good year of growth. And of course, learning a lot of school material is good and all, but to me, I feel like this is more important, where we are building our character and learning about ourselves and discovering our God-given gifts. To me, that's more important than, oh, how much stuff can we learn and fill our heads with all this head knowledge. But we will get into that. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that. So maybe we could start with CLE's reading program. And CLE we have been doing since I think you were in first grade. And now we just finished the 7th grade. So she has been doing CLE for 6 years. And we did the reading from CLE, the language arts. And in the beginning, we also did the Bible and the social studies. But then we ended up not doing the Bible and the social studies, and came down to just the reading and the language arts. And this past year, you just only did the reading from CLE. And I know you wanted to go back to CLE because you really enjoy it. How did that go with you this year?
Well, this year there was only 5 books because it's like supposed to last for half a year. And I did them pretty quickly because I really like them. The stories are really good, and they ask you really good questions. In the book, there are 2 quizzes and a test, so they really quiz you on what they want you to know. And also that I like the format of it, like how everything is laid out.
And maybe it helps you to become more independent, right? And to be able to, because of the way it's structured, it helps you to become more independent and schedule your day smoother. So yeah, we really like CLE's reading program. But this upcoming year, we do have another program that we have in mind, and I think you've already started. And I have made a video about what we chose for your 8th grade year. So I'm going to have that video linked down in the description box in case y'all are interested in seeing what Ella has planned or is working on for her 8th grade year. And yeah, so we really enjoy CLE, but we are moving on to something different. And then we also tried Easy Grammar Plus instead of tackling the CLE's language arts program, which we were used to. But we thought it would be a good change to try Easy Grammar Plus instead, even though CLE's language arts includes grammar, spelling, handwriting, even some writing in it, right? So it has a lot of components within the language arts of CLE. But we wanted to try Easy Grammar Plus, and I want to hear what you think about that change, because I know you really liked CLE. And in the past, you were really wanted to get back into CLE after we tried the Good and the Beautiful's language arts. So what did you think about Easy Grammar?
Oh, at first, when I saw it, I was a little intimidated because the book was kind of thick.
Yeah, because it has like the student pages and the pages with the answers on it in one big book, right?
But after like I did a few pages, I was like, oh, this isn't that bad.
And did you like that it was pretty short? Because it was just one page. Yeah. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to choose Easy Grammar for Ella, since I know she had a lot of different hobbies that she wanted to fit into her life, like crocheting, and then she had the YouTube channel and trying to do it in an Etsy shop. And so you were kind of busy. So I didn't want your year to be so overwhelming, because with CLE's language arts, there are pretty much like 5 worksheet pages, right? So we went down from 5 worksheet pages to 1 worksheet page with Easy Grammar. think that was probably helpful for you to be able to just get the work done and move on to what you really enjoy, like reading and crochet and things like that. And then what else did we do? Like, was it word roots level 1? And I thought you really enjoyed it because at first I was like, oh, she's liking it so much. This is working out great. But what did you think about the program?
So there was a lot of big words, and they don't give you the definition for it. They just tell you what the prefix, the root word, and the suffix mean. And I thought that was kind of annoying because there was like a lot of words that are like the same except for like one change in the suffix. And then you have to match them with the definitions. So
you didn't like that the actual definition wasn't given to you. Yeah, and you kind of had to figure it out by piecing together the prefix, the root word, and the suffix and figure out what the meaning is, which I guess that's the idea behind it. You want to be able to take what you know about a prefix and what you know about the root word and the suffix and then put it together. But I can see why that can be annoying, like not because there wasn't a clear definition. So then you're just trying to almost guess what it means. And a lot of the suffixes meant the same thing, right? And then that was a little confusing to be able to put those pieces together. So I understand. So I guess we would say that word roots was a fail, even though we thought it was working out so well, but it was a little challenging. Yeah, and I understand because I was trying to work with your younger siblings with the word roots beginning level, and it was confusing. A lot of those suffixes were confusing to me. I'm like, let's just guess. It's okay. And so I get why you would feel that way about the program, unfortunately, because I thought it would be such a cool program, to be able to break down a word and figure it out. But not everything works the way you want it to go, unfortunately. Yeah, so what else did we do? Let me just look at my list here so I won't forget anything. Okay, so, writing. So with writing, we thought that we were going to go with IEW Structure and Style Level B, but we ended up going with the Lost Tools of Writing Level 1 because we were taking a break from CC, Classical Conversations, and I thought, well, we can go with whatever writing program then if we're not going to do Classical Conversations. But then I thought, well, what if we do get back into Classical Conversations? So we decided to go with the Lost Tools of Writing since that's what CC uses for their writing program for their 7th grade year and then also into 8th grade and maybe even 9th grade. So how did you feel about working with the Lost Tools of Writing?
I liked how they laid it out. So like you first write a chart and you put all your ideas on it, and then you see if you want to say yes to like the argument that you're going for, like, or you want to say like, no, actually I don't agree with that. And then you write out your outline and then write the paper.
Okay. Well, Lost Tools of Writing was nice because you're learning how to write persuasive essays because it's going to get you ready for if you're ever in a debate. And I know that CC has a goal of getting students ready to be able to debate and discuss and ultimately be able to share about your faith in God, because that's the ultimate goal of CC, to know God and to make him known. And so that's why they want to get you to a point where you can confidently share about what you believe. And that's the point of the persuasive, essay in CC. And that's why they use the Lost Tools of Writing. There was a video component with the Lost Tools of Writing. Did you enjoy that, or how do you find it went with using a video-based material?
So they were really good at explaining things on the video. And then I liked it, but it was like sometimes I would forget to watch the video, or like it's just like a little annoying to turn on because you have to like do a bunch of steps to turn it on.
Well, I guess because it took time to actually do it. Yeah.
I mean, the videos were only 10 minutes long though, so
that's good, right? Because they're not too long. Yeah, but we're not used to doing video-based lessons with anything. So it's like, oh, it's another thing to add on, to have to get everything set up in order to watch a video and then do the work. So I understand, yeah, how that is for you. How about Fallacy Detective? What did you think about Fallacy Detective? Even though, because we started with that as a family, and it wasn't really sticking and retaining with a lot of our younger children. And at the time, our youngest was 3 years old. So you ended up taking that on your own. So how did that go for you? Yeah, you're like, I guess you got busy, right? You were a little too busy with all the other components that you were juggling with. So Fallacy Detective kind of got like neglected, forgotten.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
it was like sitting on my bookshelf.
Yeah, it was sitting on your bookshelf. I know. So I guess for you in that respect, it was a fail. But then we picked it back up and we took it and we ended up getting a chance to get back into the Fallacy Detective once we moved into our RV, because we were really busy before we moved. We had a lot of activities that we're doing, including gymnastics and other sports and church activities. And also, Dad was retiring from the Air Force, so then we had family over, and there were just a lot of different things that were going on during the school year. So, and then we moved, of course, so that was another big part. So we got a little busy, but then we moved into our RV, and then we and then we tackled the Fallacy Detective again, and then it went pretty smoothly, don't you think? We read over the lessons, and then we used YouTube in order to reinforce what we were learning, and I think that actually helped a lot for the Fallacy Detective, and just it was fun. I actually learned a lot myself. So yeah, just a different being able to recognize whenever there is a fallacy, and that there are so many fallacies out there in your political debates and your commercials. There's so much out there, and even TV shows.
It's hard not to do a fallacy.
Yeah, it's like
there's so many that it's hard not to do it. There's
yeah. Now we notice more that when we actually commit a fallacy, we're like, oh man, that is that's a fallacy. And then you guys as siblings are actually tackling each other and hey, that was a fallacy, or your arguments have become
but saying that was a fallacy is a fallacy.
Is a fallacy. Yeah.
It was changing the subject.
True. Okay, let's move on to math. So this past year, you tackled Saxon Math 8/7 after having gone through Singapore Math, pretty much your entire math, studies since you were in kindergarten. And so how did you like Saxon Math since it was just your first year?
Well, it was definitely more like a textbook than the Singapore Math ever was. Because you first read the lesson and then you do the problems, and there's 30 problems a day.
Can be a lot.
And then, so Singapore Math is you're just learning and then practicing, and then you just move on. But then Saxon, you learn it and then you're drilling it throughout almost the rest of the year.
When I first saw Saxon Math, I thought, man, this looks a little boring. I don't know if my kids will really enjoy it, because it looks a lot like what I went through growing up, a lot of drill and kill. But, Ella, you took it on and you seem to do pretty well with it. Did you think it was boring, or did you think it was?
I mean, it could have been more boring, I think, if I didn't enjoy reading. But so I mean, they did a pretty good job explaining it.
Oh, that's good.
So
yeah, that's cool. So then you also use Nicole the Math Lady whenever you needed to. So was that helpful for you to be able to use some of when the concepts were a little confusing?
And sometimes when Dad didn't know what they were.
Yeah. So I'm fortunate because my husband, her dad, actually enjoys math, and he is so willing to take on math and help the kids with that. So that's been working out very well. And so we're going to go ahead and move on to science. So for this past school year, we went with Apologia's General Science. And this was the first year that you had gone with science all on your own, independently. I bought even the experiment kit and was like, here, Ella, this is all yours. Go ahead and knock yourself out. And I knew I wanted to get the experiment kit since I knew that she was going to be on her own. And that way she won't have to guess and gather what she needed, but it was all there and clear cut for her. What did you think about Apologia?
How they wrote the textbook, it was very was like a story in a way, because I really liked it. It teaches you how to write lab reports, which is also really, 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 really good.
Yeah, with the scientific method.
I never really knew how to write lab reports before that.
And you were like probably wondering, why do I have to know what the scientific method is? Like purpose, hypothesis, materials.
I don't think I understood it before.
Yeah, until you actually get to the point where you have to write a lab report.
And then also it teaches you how to take notes, which is good because now I can take notes.
Yeah, so you got a lot of skills that you gain from Apologia. You learned you learned about note taking and about how to make a lab report, and maybe also how to schedule your day, right? Because because in the student workbook there's a schedule for what you should do every single day. Is it 4 day? Like they break it up into 4 days of the week, right?
Yes.
So then you were able to be more independent in that way, right? And manage your time because of that schedule in there, right? Is that how you feel? Okay. So time management, note-taking skills, and being able to write a lab report. That I think is a pretty good solid program if it can get you to do all those things. Let's go ahead and move on to history. So this past school year, we were trying to go through Knotgrass's From Adam to Us as a family because I actually like doing like history and science together as a family because I think it's fun and I want to be able to learn together. But unfortunately, early on in the program, we found that a lot of our siblings weren't really retaining anything from the program, like from our 8-year-old down. So then that's when you, Ella, you took on From Adam to Us on your own. And how do you think that went?
I like how they wrote the textbook too. There's a worksheet for each page, for each lesson. So basically we had those and I did them. And then you read the lesson, do that, and then I think there was also a thing where you could write a paper or something, or just a short thing, but I don't think I did that.
Yeah, so Knotgrass is really nice because you could cater it to your family, and you can write the essays, you can read the books, you can do the map work, you can do the timeline, you can do the activities. There's a lot involved. You can get credit for geography, for literature, even Bible, and then history, of course.
Because it's a history book.
Because it's a history book. But we didn't use it for all of those components.
We did do map work, though.
Yeah, we did do the map work, which I thought was really well done. Yeah. I think that with Knotgrass, if you're an avid reader, it's a good program. But if you're not very much into reading, it might be a little challenging, and you'll definitely need help from an adult. But you were pretty much able to take it on because you actually like to read, so that was pretty, easy for you. And maybe it was better for you to be able to take it on yourself, right? Because doing it as a family, which I really like and enjoy, but I found that Ella likes to do things independently, and she would be able to retain more information when she was able to work alone and independently. So, and our next subjects are foreign language. So foreign languages. So we tried to do Spanish, and unfortunately we didn't have that much time, so it just didn't happen in our house. But during the summer, we were able to get back into Spanish and try to do that together as a family. And a lot of it was utilizing videos from YouTube. And also, I found a full year's curriculum from a website called athomemiddleschool.com. And someone put together a whole year's worth of materials just for Spanish. So we've been working on that, and I think it's been going pretty well. And then now you're taking on those workbooks that I had planned for you for the school year and trying to work on them yourself, right? So we'll try. I know we get a little busy, so it's hard to fit in everything, but you know what? That's the beauty of homeschooling, right? Like if it doesn't work out when we're supposed to get the work done, you still have so much flexibility to do it in other times of the year. And we also tried to do Korean, and I bought a book thinking this book is going to be awesome and it's going to be a great addition to our education. But soon after getting that book, we pretty much right away ditched the program, and it didn't seem to be a good fit. So that was an unfortunate fail. Instead of going through a book, I ended up trying to do more conversational Korean with the kids, and also going through the alphabet and just kind of reviewing with them some concepts in Korean and talking to them and trying to speak to them in Korean as much as I can. And also we were using a lot of YouTube videos as well to get some Korean and to be able to hear it more. And this summer we've been working on some Korean too as well. So, but please give us a like if this has happened to you where you get a program and you think it's going to work out so well, but soon after you decide to ditch that program. So give us a like if that's happened to you before. So overall, I think you had a pretty good 7th grade year with a lot of growth in your personal growth, discovering your gifts and passions. So you think, yeah, you're excited for how your 8th grade year is going to go and your curriculum choices. Thank y'all so much for being here. And thank you again, Ella, for being part of this video. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And follow along because I have the other hits and misses videos coming up soon. And I'm going to try to convince my younger kids to be part of the video because this was so much fun. I'm so glad we did this. And thank y'all so much again. And come back again soon and have a great day. Bye.
Bye. It was let me think.
Let's start over.